takes in out of bounds is can really swing things.
All right, and we're off.
Yeah, and we are off. We are going to start in Ancient Lake. Both players won't see much of a difference between the two. Start.
A nice, easy track to get you eased in, right?
Yeah, start on a nice little track like Ancient Lake. Both players grabbing all the balloons and not having much difficulty at all. Giz having an 11 lap, while Joe has a 12 lap. So there is about a second difference, but honestly, it'll be like Joe could easily make it up with a good Fossil Canyon or a good Jungle Falls, and Giz losing a second or two. So overall, very close. Onto Fossil Canyon, it's the second track, but it's also a rather difficult car track. We're going to see both runners attempting a trick called Canyonless, as we see Giz going for Pond Jump right away, and Joe going for the bananas. So Joe will have 4 more bananas, but Giz is a little bit farther ahead with a 20.06 lap. Very nice. So the Canyonless check we're going to see Giz go for. He's going to drift tightly to grab the blue balloon and then drift back for the balloon for the zipper, and he's going to connect the two to grab the blue zipper up in the canyon. Looks like Joe was unsuccessful in grabbing Canyonless on the second lap, so Giz has taken quite a bigger lead to start here, as Joe's having a difficult Fossil Canyon. Giz looking to get a sub 1. He will get a 59.
And he got it.
Very nice. Joe missing the zipper, but still got the blue balloon, so he was able to pull together a 104. Still not a bad time at all, but Giz gaining 5 seconds.
And they make this look so seamless. It really isn't. It's a lot more technical than you think.
Yes.
Coming from someone who's just starting learning.
Yes, this game is super technical, especially this track, Jungle Falls. A track that Giz is very good at the balloon race of. But Joe's still getting a 13 lap, so Joe getting a good first lap. Yeah. But Giz just flying. Giz looking like he's going to get a 35. Oh my god, yep. Very low.
Right there.
Low 35. That's very, very, very good. Joe looking to get about a 38 or a 39. Yeah, so he had a rougher time. Not quite as fast as Giz. We're going to see Giz go for the first out of bounds. First out of bounds trick in Hot Top.
And he got it clean.
Yep. So we are going to see Joe opt to use that. Joe, you saw a little difference in even how they approached getting the banana there. The balloon. Joe had a slightly different approach to it. As both players are now just going to follow their checkpoints to because once you're out of bounds, it's just a matter of hitting all your checkpoints. Giz with a very strong Hot Top so far. He looks like he's going to get about a 46. 47? Yeah, low 47. Low 47, so not bad. Joe is also on pretty good pace, although I don't think he's going to get a sub 50. It is possible, though. So he'll probably get about a 50 or 51. Yeah.
51 right there. Now we're done with Nano Domain.
Yeah, so both players out before 350, which is really, really strong. Giz now on Whale Bay, the first hover track of ATR. Missing one of the bananas, but not too big of a deal. Bananas are kind of important.
Up until 10 of them.
Yes, you are correct. So for each banana you get up to 10, you gain a little bit of top speed and a little bit of acceleration. And Joe, opting for no bananas. I think he forgot to go for the bananas. He got pushed off of the. He initially got actually pushed off of the first zipper by the CPU. As we see Giz just having a nice 15 lap. Joe is just going to go with 1 banana while Giz has 6. So you're going to see a little bit more difference in their speed while they are snaking, which is them turning back and forth. Giz with a 48. He still will not be very pleased with that, but 48 is still really good. It's still pretty dang good nonetheless. As we see Joe using the balloon up to go up the whale, which is pretty good. I guess he hit a oil slick or a spike ball there.
He hit a spike ball.
Or got shot, yeah.
Those thing CPUs.
So, is Giz's stream also frozen on your end, or is it?
Yes, it was. It was on mine as well. Yep.
So Giz just had a little bit of hiccup on his.
But now it's back.
But it's back. Okay. He's good. He's having a nice time on Pirate Lagoon. He is about 1 lap ahead already, and he's looking to increase that 16 second lap. That is very strong. As Joe got a 22 first lap, so a little bit of a rough time. But so Giz is going to finish here with a 53, and he'll move on to Crescent Island. And Joe, meanwhile, is going to get a 17 second second lap, which is actually really good. If you getting like anything more than an 18 lap on lap 2 or 3 is just very good on this, especially for high level players like these guys. As Giz is on Crescent Island, and it looks like he flew down the hill. He's gonna have a very nice first lap. He's gonna get a 23:03. So 23 is a good. 23 is definitely a strong first lap.
It's solid.
Yeah, it is. He's gonna fly down the hill here. Joe is gonna do the same. They both didn't get as much as they probably would have liked out of it, but they still got down to the ship really fast nonetheless. A 20.73 lap for Giz. And Joe also not losing that much time on his first lap compared to Giz. It's really interesting to see that there's such a discrepancy in time between the two players already at this point. Maybe not.
There's a couple things coming up. I mean, we've got a couple of the out of bounds that are happening that could, if something happens.
Oh, definitely.
It could be anyone's game. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
So Giz is now on the most inconsistent track in this
Pirate
whole
Lagoon,
run.
Right?
No, Treasure Caves.
Or not Treasure Caves? Yes.
Yeah, Treasure Caves, the most inconsistent track.
Are
because of the balloons. I think Joe had a couple of bonks on lap 3, but overall,
he's still doing great.
Still about 25 seconds behind. Yeah, he's about 25 seconds behind now. Which can just show how good Giz is, because Joe's still not playing bad. He's going to opt to lose his balloon here. Yep, that's one of the 3 strats we usually see. Giz got a 40. So he connected. I believe he would have connected on the last 2 laps. I know he missed it on the first lap. So he got it on the second lap, and he had a nice time finishing the track. Joe didn't get the connection, didn't keep the balloon going into the cave here. So he's gonna likely get about a 44. Yeah.
44 on the.
Yep. As we see Giz on Everfrost. Oh man, that is not a mistake you usually see, but it shows that plane bonks are very harsh. Usually, players will be able to sharp turn there and be able to grab 2 extra bananas. It looks like Giz did make it up by grabbing a couple bananas there. That lap is definitely not what he would usually want, but for a race, stuff like that happens. He's still going at really good pace. Gonna have a very nice lap here. Easily an 18 lap, yeah. As we see Joe also on Everfrost Peak, he's
cruising through it.
Yeah, he's cruising. He's gonna have a better lap than Giz actually did on lap 1, so there's about a half second or so gained. But it looks like Giz is still gonna get about a 103 now. He would have had a 102 if he got the
Ooh.
He would have had a 10. Yeah, Giz would have had a 102 if he didn't miss the last zipper. But still 103 in a race, not bad at all. But Joe 26 lap, very harsh. You saw him front flip there in the tunnel. That happens when you hold too far up when you're barrel rolling. It's the opposite to not hit the ground zipper. That ground zipper can be tricky to hit. As we look at Giz on Walrus Cove, a 28 a low 28 first lap. Very good. Walrus Cove can be a bit tricky, but especially at the end with the ice.
With all the bouncing, yeah.
Yeah,
especially that little narrow pathway in the end.
Yeah. Giz with a beautiful jump. Beautiful. That's picture perfect, how to do that jump. 25-10 lap. As we see Joe Dream having a bit of lag problems. Ooh, Giz getting shot there, but still getting the zipper, so he didn't get super caught on the CPU. However, the
terrain was messing him a little bit.
Yeah, he got trolled by the CPU there. 122. Still not a bad race time at all, but he was on pace for a sub. He was on pace for a sub 120, and then that happened and kind of ruined it. So now he's on Snowball Valley. Very short track with a lot of bad terrain. So very nice 14 start lap. So Giz should be almost done with this track by the time Joe actually gets onto the track. 13-second lap.
Gonna be close.
Yeah. So he'll be probably in the tunnel, about one full Snowball Valley ahead of. Oh wow, he got the balloon taken away. So if he grabbed the 2 blue balloons on those laps, that was easily a sub 40. But sub 40 is very tough time to get. Joe not having a bad time at all on this. He's gonna actually get a blue boost and do the more safe thing. He obviously cut off his boost to be able to hold. Yeah, that's
right
okay. That is what happens with the terrain on this track.
Oh yeah.
Still very good. So far. He's gonna be getting probably about a 43, 42 maybe. Yeah, 42. Nice. As Giz is on Frosty Village, the last track of Snowflake Mountain, and one of the biggest offenders of lag in this game. So we see a beautiful 20.98 lap from Giz, as Joe's now also on this track. So Frosty Village, with the snow effect, when you have the music on, which already kind of creates lag in itself and causes zippers to not be super lagless, it's really tough. As we saw Giz get a low 106, that is quite incredible. Very well done. As Joe's looking like he's having a nice time here too on Frosty Village, dodging the spike ball right in front of him. So that's the one advantage of some of the drifting in this game, for sure, is that you can easily miss something. Like you can easily dodge spike balls and stuff if you don't have a shield, which he didn't. And lap 2 is notorious for having spike balls there. Kind of just based, yeah.
Isn't it based off of how fast you're going, where the CPUs will put those spike balls as well? So if you go at a consistent speed, it'll go in about the same spot.
Yes, and it has to do with when you use your items as well.
Gotcha.
When you use your items, the CPUs are more prone to use their items. So we'll see this on the next track that Giz will do, as he's on Boulder Canyon, the final hover track. Very nice Palace boost on lap 2. His lap 3 Palace boost will be a bit laggier because the CPU will be there. As we see Joe, who's also a pretty good Boulder Canyon player, now on the track. A 24.06 lap. Giz might not be too pleased with that, but still good nonetheless. Looks like he's probably going to get about a 114, maybe a little less, about a 115, 116, so yeah, Giz is going to be left wanting a bit more on this track. It will leave a possibility for Joe to gain some time on him here. Joe with a nice boost there. On lap 2, Giz actually missed the 3rd balloon, which you want to boost 2 balloons until the 1, so you can chain it. Okay, so he's going to have a nice lap here on Boulder Canyon. Actually, 23.
Giz is off to Greenwood Village.
Yes. So when Giz used his blue balloon there, and the CPUs are going to be in the beginning of the tunnel area. So you're going to see here, Giz is going to grab a shield here on lap 2. And he's going to use the shield after he boosts here. Because there's likely a spike ball and usually also an oil slick. He didn't only have a spike ball. I believe he was able to get rid of it because of that, as Joe had a nice boulder canyon. Possibly saves him some good time. Ooh, harsh.
Got a little bit of a bonk there.
Yeah, well, the spike ball really limited.
Yeah.
Where Giz was gonna be able to kind of go with that. He does another smart thing and uses his shield early, or uses it later, because usually on lap 3 the spike balls will be up the hill and up into the forest area. So he gets a bit of a rough time as Joe on lap 2 opts to not go for the zipper. I don't know if that's just his normal strategy or not. Usually it's a lot faster to get the zipper.
There were a lot of oil spills and spike balls over there, so it might have been safer for him not to.
Yeah, possibly. I still think with his shield he could have gotten rid of all of
it.
Fair.
That's fair.
So it's probably just a strategy choice. As Giz goes for Greenwood Village, or sorry, Windmill Plains out of bounds. Does not
he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. So there is an opening for Joe, for him to gain some time. He is still quite far behind on it, but so Giz will have to go for it again on lap 2. He was a little too far to the left on that. So that was what caused him to actually miss the clip there. So now he'll try it again on lap 2, and if he misses it, then it's even more of an opening. Because now with Joe being on this course, if he gets it on his first try, as Joe has an interesting strat on this course, Giz gets out.
And he makes it.
Gets out really easily, he will save himself from really kind of almost falling behind. Joe's gonna do his own strategy. He does balloon into balloon, and then he but he does miss.
So, he's going back.
So yeah, he usually opts here to just go around and try it again.
Okay.
Because all he does is he just does balloon boost into balloon boost and get it. So Joe does get out this time as Giz finishes now. So now let's see if Joe can also stay in bounds, as Giz had a nice time staying out of bounds himself. So Joe getting really close there, but he's being as safe as he can here, making sure to hit all the checkpoints. So the 3 checkpoints that he's really looking for is underneath that walkway there, right here, at that turn, and then when you hit then obviously when you get here to the final checkpoint, which is the it's the finish line.
Or the finish line.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's the starting line, the finish line. So Joe will finish up here with about a 1:24. So he got out of bounds, and so it's not too bad. Giz with a 46 on Haunted Woods. Haunted Woods is a very, very short track. As now Joe will be on the track himself, and he has a bit of a rough first lap there. As now we see Giz we'll see Giz in future Funland on what's widely considered the hardest track in ATR, which is Space Dust Alley. As Joe decides he needs to take a little drink, he accidentally goes too far over the edge, and it looks like he's possibly taking a little too much of time before he does his sharp turn there to get down through the and throws himself down that little straightaway. See how he does it here on lap 3. Okay, a little bit earlier, but he's still bonked. That is quite common though. Like, so this is a rough Haunted Woods for Joe. 54 is not what he would actually want, as so Giz cruising along on Space Dust, 22-second lap. Okay. As now Joe will be entering the lap as well. And Giz's stream kind of whacking out a bit, so we can see his splits. We can at least still see partially see his timer at at about 20 minutes now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what's happening. Both
players
at the same time were kind of frozen. Okay, Giz's stream is okay. Giz's
and Joe's is evening out as well.
Back. Yeah, both players are back. So Joe is going to get a 28 first lap. So that's a good first lap. Most times you'll aim for about a top runners will want about a 27 first lap on Space Dust. With now Giz on Dark Moon Caverns. So he's gonna get a nice first lap. As he gets to, gonna get about a high 31, maybe a low 32 at worst. Very, very good first lap. Yeah, 32.0. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
32.06. He's missing the blue balloon there, but it's not too huge of a time loss, especially if he has a nice section in here where he doesn't make mistakes. Yep, that's good. So likely to get a 31 lap here, as Joe finishes with a 120. So a good Space Dust Alley for Joe. We actually couldn't see Giz's finishing. I don't think we could see Giz's finish time. I'm not sure.
I don't think we did for that one.
Yeah, I think you just kind of warped him into Dark Moon for us, unfortunately. But he's still on really nice pace. He's on low 24 pace though, so it's still not quite a 23, but he should still be fine. Really, just Windmill Plains being the harshest part for Giz this race. A couple mistakes, minimal mistakes here and there as he finishes. Dark Moon, did you catch the time?
I didn't. I missed that one.
Oh, okay. It was probably about a 134, 135. Likely. I don't think he made any major mistakes. But if anyone in chat caught the time, that'd be nice to... So that way we can kind of get a feel for that. And any questions that chat has, feel free to ask and we'll answer as best we can. As Giz is in Star City, he's on the second to last track of his race. 2483.
And just starting lap 3 of Dark Moon. Doing pretty solid, honestly. While Giz is starting the lap 3 of Star City.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
So he's having a nice time here. Nice. Ooh, huge boost. Ooh, the crunch knocking
him off. From the crunch, yeah.
Yeah, the AI really giving Giz a hard time there. He got bumped off of the zipper, but he'll still get a 112. So not bad at all. I will be right back.
All right. And Giz is starting the final Spaceport Alpha. Last out of bounds of the race. See how he does with that. Gets the shield, gets the boost. And nice and clean out of bounds from Giz. Get a little bit of lag from Joe. Catching up again. Up into the golf ball and into the city.
Okay, I'm back. Looks like Giz
is back.
Looks like Giz is on.
Giz is on last lap. Yep.
Yep. So he's gonna get a 24. 24:15. So. Yeah, he crossed at about a high 24:15. It shows 24:16 on his screen. As Joe is in Star City.
He's just finishing his last lap.
Yep. So
he's a couple bonks there.
Yeah, it's a tough section. If you start bonking in that section, it can actually be a bit tough. He's gonna get a 123, as he will finish up his. He'll finish up his. Yeah, he'll finish up his Spaceport Alpha here. Also going for the out of bounds. Missing the banana, so he'll be a little potassium deficient going into the out of bounds.
No good.
So Yeah, bananas really help with your barrel rolling. In playing, he actually misses. Okay, so but
it's gonna be rough.
It's not the end of the world. So he missed it, and he probably was being really cautious about going out because of the lasers. However, he was actually maybe wasn't in that much danger of actually missing. So now he'll have his shield, and he'll just get out pretty easily.
There we go.
Yeah, so he'll finish with a high 25, but still a 25 race. So Joe, not definitely still having a pretty okay race, despite despite having some out of bounds problems. No other real major huge mistakes. So he's gonna miss the checkpoint there.
Did he miss it?
Yeah, the checkpoint was the checkpoint's a little farther back. He needed to either barrel roll one more time or something close to that. So that actually, I think, may have actually costed him the 25 was some slower movement out of bounds, but not too shabby. 26:07 as Giz.
And a GG to Giz and Joe.
Yeah, so Giz will take. Wait, no, that's not it. Sorry, everybody.
Got one more to go.
Yeah, it was weird. It didn't show. It didn't actually show.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it didn't show the banana right away, so I thought I had to do done, but that's actually to finish it. So that is my apologies, everybody. We are gonna move into race number 2 shortly. Giz is the winner of race 1, so does kind of apply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. And the winner of this race will go on to face the winner of Trident, Tail, and Obio in their next round, in the semifinals.
Which has that race been scheduled yet? Do we know when that is?
No, we don't know when it is.
No.
It has not been scheduled. So that should be scheduled hopefully today, because tomorrow is the last day for that to happen.
Gotcha.
But it does look like the race will be underway super shortly. Giz with the 1-0 lead, and if he takes this, he will move on. Yes, this is indeed a single elimination bracket.
Mm-hmm.
So winner moves on to the semifinals, and the person who does not win will be knocked out. However, we do have a bronze match. So in the semifinal matches, we will have. So in the semifinal matches, we will have. Yeah, we'll have the losers will just face in the fourth match instead of being out of the tournament.
Fantastic.
Yep. So.
And we started our second match. Ancient Legs going pretty solid for both competitors.
Yes. He's still a little bit ahead of Joe, but it's not
just
too
a little
much.
bit, just a couple seconds.
Yeah, like I want to say it was probably maybe a high 35 to a low 40, a low 37. Mm-hmm. So not too bad. Yeah, 3 seconds Yeah, about a 3 seconds difference. Although I don't think I don't think the streams are 100% synced.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're not really synced, they're probably like half a second off at most. So it's pretty accurate. Giz with a 21 first lap, and Joe also with a 21 first lap. So no time really lost or gained from either player.
Getting that canyonless for Giz.
Yep, Giz missed.
Oh, missed the balloon.
Well, the balloon wasn't actually there. It had been taken by a CPU.
That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing about time trials compared to balloon race is those AI are in there messing everything up.
Mm-hmm. I was informed that it was a 35 for Giz on Ancient Lake, and I did see that Joe got a 37, and Joe having some difficulties on Fossil Canyon. He almost got a really clean canyonless there, so he's also going to get another 104.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see the time difference here. Maybe not, because Giz's screen is... It looks like both players are having stutter problems with how they're connecting to SRL. Or not SRL, House, with their streams. They're having some slight issues. But overall...
Might be the sync.
Yeah, maybe, but it's not really syncing. I know it's just something that's just been being worked on for the whole time, and it is quite difficult sometimes to figure out these things. And Joe, luckily having that shield, didn't get spun out, so that's very good. The shields are very useful on a couple of these tracks. You can see mainly on like Greenwood and on this and on that track, Jungle Falls. This Giz is now going to go out of bounds on Hot Top, as will Joe. Both opting for the fast strat strategy to have a couple extra bananas going into Hot Top. Giz is going to... Now they're just going to barrel roll their way to victory here. Giz with a nice 18 first lap. And he's going to... As Joe gets out cleanly as well. But you can see they're about 12 seconds difference in time. 13 lap for Giz. That's very good.
22 for first lap for Joe.
So let's see the type of line that Joe's taking here compared to Giz. I'm thinking Joe is... Yeah. No, that's a pretty good line for Joe there. He's really far out wide, though. You don't... Like, a lot of times on Hot Top, you want to be kind of taking very straight lines. Giz finishing with about a 340... Probably about a 343.
And Joe finishing Hot Top with about a 52, 51.
Yeah, so a 352 exit for Joe into going towards Sherbet as Giz is now back on Whale Bay. He had a 46 in the last... No, he had a 48 in the last race, so he's looking to get a better time here. He has more banana. He should have more bananas. Alright, so 17 first lap. That is definitely what he's looking for in a lap. Is a 17 time. Joe, also a pretty good hover player as well, as I've been able to notice. Giz with a 14.43. He'll pick up the balloon. Joe's going to have 2 bananas. I think Joe, opts just to skip the 4 bananas, it looks like. He didn't get quite a strong boost. Giz with a 45. That is the whale bait he's definitely looking for. And Joe also not having a bad lap at all. 16.38, very nice. But he's still only about 1 lap behind Giz. Ooh, getting bonked on the ship. And since he was flying in the air, he kind of just got bonked to the side. Still getting a sub 50 with a 49. So a much improved whale bait for Joe this time. Giz gets a 19 first lap. A little bit of difficulties for him on Pirate Lagoon.
But Joe's catching up. He's already in Pirate Lagoon himself. So
they are about only 1.5 laps. No, probably maybe 1.5 laps apart. Joe bonking there into his lap 2. Giz didn't have. I think he didn't get the. Wow, he missed the balloon. On a couple of laps. So a rough Pirate Lagoon for Giz. He's having balloon problems.
Now he's off to Crescent Island, and Joe's finishing his lap 3 of Pirate Lagoon.
Yep. So we're gonna see Giz grab his 5 bananas, fly down the hill. When he does something like that, Giz is holding down on his controller joystick to
less airtime.
to get his air time up because he's moving the nose of his car up to contain the speed that he has from the boost. Because when you're in car, you don't lose any speed in the air. Because that's a much better boost. That's a much better hill. That's a much better hill that time than it was on lap 1. Lap 3 on this course is really laggy, so it's not going to be quite as good. Joe also with a nice lap 1, 23:56, I believe, or 58. One of those two times. Giz still getting some nice air time with lag from the CPU being there. Joe also getting some nice time right there on lap.
He's finishing with a 104.95.
So 104 for Giz. That's very strong. Like super good. This is Joe. Wasn't really able to get a lot of airtime there on the lap, but he's still gonna get a nice time. Looks to be about a 108 here on Crescent Island. 108, yeah, almost a 109. Giz on lap 2. He does not have the balloon. So 13-second lap. He misses the balloon again, so definitely not going to be as good of a time as his last race, but it'll actually be pretty close. He got about a 40, so he's going to get about a 40. He's going to get a 41. So he can't be too disappointed in that. His treasure case is a very inconsistent track because of the balloon.
It's very fickle.
So Joe going for the same track that Giz was going for. He gets the first zipper balloon into the first zipper. Unable to hit the last zipper as it's not completely up against the wall. Ooh, very nice chain on lap 3 as well. He didn't
44.50.
Yeah, so 44 for Joe. I think that was a bit better than last time. Now Giz on Everfrost. He did not bonk to start, so he's already starting off with a much better time. The 21 first lap, definitely more what he would be looking for. As also now Joe enters Everfrost Peak. So now this race is quite a bit closer than last time. Giz missing the ground zipper somehow. But he's still going to recover nicely here. It's not too much of a time loss to actually miss the ground zipper, because you have that balloon. There's a lot of backups and barrel rolls in Everfrost, which makes it a little bit more friendly than Space Dust. So Giz is going to go to 101. Missing the last zipper 2 races in a row. Joe not having a bad time himself, but he did miss that balloon. However, because usually the balloon hitbox is pretty large for those specific balloons there, especially vertically and horizontally. As you can see, they're flying pretty high above the blue zipper that he grabs there. As he does a nice barrel roll to get over towards the balloon, since he was a little off with his angle. Opts to miss the ground zipper for a 111. So he just opted to boost there, which is still fine. Giz still running at really nice pace. He has, let's see, he looks like he's having a nice time here on yeah. Ooh, 25. 26-13 into a spike ball right away. That was pretty much unavoidable. Joe gonna have a nice first lap off of that boost, so he's gonna get about a 29 first lap. Giz now meets all the CPU. And he's able to get... Oh, he got the blue. He didn't use his first balloon early enough, so he got a double balloon there. So he'll get a 123. A bit of a rough last lap. I think Joe just likes getting the double balloon there. It worked for him in the first lap, and it worked for him again here. We'll see if he turns that into his strat that he wants to use. He gets a 27-second lap. This Giz is now on Snowball Valley. So, see, this is a lot closer than the last race, I will say.
Yes, very much.
It's at least at least 10 to 15 seconds closer, if not more. Giz having a rough second lap there on Snowball. We didn't see his entire first lap, unfortunately. 14.75. So
and Joe gets a 124 for Walrus.
So he only lost 2 seconds, which is a lot less than last time. Giz gonna get a 43. So not quite as strong as the last one, but still 43s are not bad in a race. 14 first lap for Joe. Like, you can still see that they're getting times that are similar on a lot of the shorter tracks, and on some of the longer tracks, and it definitely also in plane, there's a little bit of difference. Joe isn't quite as practiced as he once was, so his plane isn't quite as strong as Giz's is. 23.81 first lap. That is very good. Giz coming off of, I think, a 106 Frosty Village in the last race. This one looking just as strong, if not stronger, as Joe starts his Frosty Village as well. Grabs his 4 bananas. 21.10 for Giz on the second lap, as he now gets past all the CPU. He almost had some bad bonking in there, but he avoided it all. So nice time for Giz. He'll get another 106. Pretty much almost identical Frosty Village times for him for this race, for the 2 races. Joe missing that zipper. That's so unfortunate. He does grab the shield though, and he will use it. Okay, so he did. So he did actually eat up the spike balls. So you see what a shield does to spike balls and oil slicks. They kind of just make them disappear.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah. Now we have Giz on Boulder Canyon, looking to get a better time than his last one, for sure. So he has a nice start so far.
And then Joe finishing Frosty with 113.
Yes, that's 113's also a nice time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 26 first lap for Giz. Okay, so this time he's going to have a much better time on the second lap. His boost wasn't quite as strong. He didn't get all the way around the hill. Like, what Giz was doing there is he's using the bonks of the hover car with the speed from the boost to kind of just propel himself through the uphill tunnel section. You'll see Joe do the same thing here. Like, he's able to avoid, like, having to go uphill for the most part. And wow, that's a huge boost with a lot of CPU there. Wow, Giz getting a
That's awesome.
near lagless on lap 3. That is incredible. A much better time for him here. 113 on Boulder Canyon, making up. He was a little bit slower on the second lap, but his third lap made up for a lot of that. That was very strong. As now he moves on to Greenwood Village.
Joe starting lap 3 of Boulder Canyon.
Yeah, so they are still not that far apart, actually.
No.
It might be a lot more dangerous if Giz misses windmill planes again. That's very uncommon for him to actually miss it. But it's definitely going to be a bit more dangerous if he misses it especially if he misses it more than once and Joe gets it on first try. We did see both players miss it their first attempt. Joe able to get it on lap 1 with a faster attempt. Just going back and grabbing his and doing his double balloon strat. Giz having a nice Greenwood. Looking very strong as Joe's now on his first lap. Okay, so Giz looking to get a 108, which he does. And we have a 25 first lap for Joe, and he also grabs his shield. He should use it here. Yep, fortunately, there was nothing there. Okay, now let's focus on Giz as he does windmill planes. So he's gonna Oh, Joe with some harsh stuff there.
Can he get it?
He does not.
Ooh, he misses it.
He barrel rolled. It looked like he might have barrel rolled a bit early or been a bit high.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, overall not bad.
That gives Joe a little bit of time to catch up. Well, I was thinking of earlier when you were talking about putting the control stick up to get some more air in Greenwood Village. During that ramp, if you got a boost up to go down and have a little bit less air time, if that made sense. Oh, he made it. Perfect.
Yes, he did. That was a sketchy clip. He lost all of his speed. But now we see Joe now going for it as well. If he gets it here, he will gain a lot of time.
And he gets the first try.
He did, and he also stays out. So now Joe will get a nice windmill planes here. So he will gain about 20 plus seconds on Giz here unless he goes back in. Well, he'll probably gain about 15 to 20 seconds on Giz. He's not taking the out of bounds quite as tight as he probably could. He's just being safe. Oh, and that is exactly what can happen there. Oh man, he went into, and then he also goes into the zipper, and the zipper turns you around. So yeah, all right. Joe at least not going super far back. The trigger that he had to grab was right in that tunnel, right at the beginning of it, because that's where the actual trigger is when you're out of bounds as well. Giz gets a 45, so an even better time on Haunted Woods than he had last race. So Joe finishes with a 130. That's so unfortunate. He had time save, and he ended up losing time. He's now exactly one Haunted Woods behind Giz, who's now going to enter Future Funland. Ooh, missing went right over that zipper. That's more common in the hover vehicle than it is in car, but it can happen in car. You can kind of just drift over that specific text, over that zipper. There is a bit of a bump texture. All right. And on that lap, Joe having no problem with his turn. That's good to see, but he did miss that zipper. He just drove over it. That can happen as well on that bridge section. It's really weird. The terrain's very uneven here on Haunted Woods. He's using his balloon bit not where he would have wanted, but it's still okay. He didn't crash at all. So he's having a nice space dust. This is commonly seen as the hardest track in ATR because of the lack of because of the lack of backups. There's not a lot of balloons with backups. Ooh, wow, he missed. He cannot be happy about that. He missed the air zipper, and just by he probably missed it by barely a pixel. So we got a 116. He was on pace for about a 114 probably. As we see Joe also now on Space Dust as Giz enters Dark Moon Caverns. Joe almost crashing, but able to avoid it. So he gets a 27 first lap, so very nice. So we're seeing Joe kind of get back into form in this race. Giz just having a really good time as well. So he's gonna have a nice lap 1 of 32, lap 1 on Dark Moon. So good start so far. He's gonna pick up that balloon, so he should be able to get a nice chain at the end of this roundabout section. All right, he does bonk, but he doesn't. He at least avoids grabbing the balloon, grabbing the green balloon. And Joe was gonna have such a good time. He still gets the sub 120, but he bonked, which is so unfortunate. plane is so harsh with bonks that
you lose all your momentum.
Yeah, you lose all your momentum and all your speed, and you lose your altitude. So it's usually about a 5. It's usually about at least a 5-second, if not more, bonk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Giz with a very, very tight last section there. He's gonna go 135. Very consistent Dark Moon for Giz. Oh wow, the CPU putting him into the wall, costing him a 135, so a 136.
Now Giz is starting Star City.
Yep. As Joe is now on his second lap of Dark Moon, you can see that this is so much closer than last race, which is great to see. Joe keeping up with someone, with the guy in a race with the guy who's the whole, the world record holder of the category.
What is the world record for this right now?
23 minutes and 27 seconds. Giz is he's not close to the world record anymore after Windmill.
Yeah.
And we can kind of see when he goes red on his timer because he's also splitting during the race.
Right. There it is.
Yeah. So overall, he's probably about 40 seconds or so behind. But he's still ahead in the race as he's on his last lap. No problem on lap 3 grabbing the zipper as Tip Top did not push him off. As he's going to collide with Diddy, but he will still get a 1. I guess he clipped through the balloon 2 laps. Now Joe's entering Star City, so they're one race apart. As Giz will now do Spaceport. He's looking at another low 24, so about a 24:10. Which both of those times, if he has to end up facing Obayo and Obayo is on, that would be contestable for a win for Obayo.
Ooh.
And against Trident, who recently got a 24:15 PB, or 24:11 or 24:15. He got a lower time. It would also possibly be beatable, but Giz just putting on a very good show here. He's gonna get a 24. Looks like almost a 24:20 as he's finishing up. He'll get a 57. He'll get a 24:18. So congratulations to Giz
GG.
On winning.
And Joe finishing up his Star City, going with a clean 118, moving on to Spaceport Alpha.
Yeah, so let's hope that Joe can get the clip here first. Yeah, he can get the clip first try, and then it can be a nice, good time for him. I'm gonna go ahead and send Giz an invite in for the interview. Oh, Joe missed the shield and got shot down
and punished by the laser.
Yes. He's gonna keep trying again. I think it'd be safer for him to go do what he did last time and grab a shield.
Which he does.
Yeah, so he grabs the shield this time. He's still gonna get. I think he should still get a 25. He should get a high 25 here, pending that he doesn't take the section really safe. But I don't think he will.
Doesn't look like it.
Joe knows all these checkpoints really well. Yeah, so he's gonna hit the 3 checkpoints on the track. No problem. He'll probably finish with just about as 20. He'll finish with a high 20, with a very, very low 26 though. As he will now finish 26:04.
The 124 for.
Yes. As now we can show Giz as the winner.
There you go.
Hello.
Rolling.
Hey guys.
Yo.
Hey Joe. Hey Andy. Yeah, Giz.
Hi.
and Andy's been here the whole time. So, congrats to Giz on moving
Thanks.
on. Consistent times, and if Windmill Plains would have cooperated, could have been very, very good times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with how I played in general today.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't perfect everywhere, but
No. Yeah.
it was still I still played really well.
Mhm.
But yeah, missed Windmill Plains out of bounds in both races.
Oh, you
Yeah.
missed it in the second race too? Dang.
He did. Yeah.
I missed it in
Yeah.
both.
Both of them.
I missed it in both too.
Mhm.
I don't know why. It felt really weird. And when I clipped back, out of bounds on the lap 2, it was always a bad clip. Like I just clipped and just fell down. So
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna practice that a bit more
Mhm.
for the semifinal because, yeah, even though these times are hard for Trident to beat,
Yeah.
if I'm facing him, it's still
You still got play good like that though.
yeah. Like if I just get Windmill Plains, this is a 20. Both of these runs are 23s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And so yeah, Joe, you actually got Windmill Plains first try in race 2. You just clipped in.
Yeah, I just remembered I got it, and then I think it was the last lap, right? That I clipped back in.
Yeah, you clipped in
Mhm.
last lap. You at least you got the lap trigger, and then that last tricky corner, you were a little close on the barrel roll, which happens. So yeah.
It kind of sucks when you see, when I clipped back in, I saw ahead of time that my angle was really bad, and I was probably clipping back in. But because I was continuously barrel rolling, it was like,
Oh yeah.
I was basically just staring at my fate, and I was like, I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I've done that before.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and Joe I was watching when Gibbs was doing Windmill Plains. You had a really, really weird amount of spike balls and stuff in Greenwood on race 2.
Oh yeah, the oil slick and the 2 spike balls.
Yeah, that was really, really crazy.
Kind of brutal.
Man. Yeah, no, definitely brutal. Yeah.
I think was it in race 2 where I got hit by a spike ball by the finish line in both Walrus Cove and Snowball Valley in a row.
I think that was.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
Sounds pretty typical.
It's,
Yeah, and
yeah.
in the first race in Walrus Cove, I was playing really well. It's like sub 120 pace,
Mhm.
and then I got sniped on the bridge and flew over the zipper.
Oh god.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
I
like,
thought-
Mhm.
Did you wait? Oh, I thought you hit the zipper and then got shot immediately after.
yeah, maybe, but I just flew
Okay.
straight up in the
Yeah,
air.
you flew straight up. It was weird.
Yeah.
The first run I had was really sick, actually. I think I had like Everfrost Peak was really bad. One other one was bad, but I might have
Yeah.
still been on PB pace until I missed Windmill Plains out of bounds. Cause
Yeah, no, you were playing on really. I actually thought your race 2, you had better pace into Windmill than you did in race 1.
Really?
But that might have also been because you were closer to Giz in race 2 by a lot.
Oh, really? That's interesting because after Greenwood, I was plus 10 on PB.
Yeah.
So I was basically on 23 pace before. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird because my second run felt way worse than my first one. At least up to that point, because the second one I was
Yeah.
just bonking all over the place and stuff.
Yeah. I might be a bit off 'cause I wasn't 100% paying attention to the actual race timers. It just felt like you were a bit closer, at least.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what pace I'm at if I don't have the splits up or anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for everybody. I really can't tell until I see Spaceport start.
So who's Giz?
Trident or Bio.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
So they have to schedule their race today for tomorrow. And if not, then I don't know what's going to happen.
I think Trident has reached out, so
Yeah.
so it's probably going to be a forfeit from Obio if he doesn't answer.
Mm-hmm. Which would be quite unfortunate. Because I'd really like to see those two race.
Yeah,
Hopefully he's
Same.
alright at least.
Yeah. Same.
but I think it's it's a shame because that race would have been really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Revving it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely did not sound like my, TT engine when I was playing, so
Mhm.
I was definitely not using no diesel fuel over here like Giz.
Oh man.
Giz is running that high quality diesel fuel.
Yeah, exactly. Just getting that V8 in
Yeah.
V8 diesel.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting facing Trident. But I hope I'm gonna be able to get Windmill Plains because if I do like I did today, except for Windmill Plains,
Hmm.
I have a good feeling about the semifinal. But yeah,
Yeah.
but I think the my Part Lagoon was really bad as well. Like I got like
Yeah.
a 56. I don't know what happened. I just missed everything.
You
Like-
just missed all the balloons. It was really
Yeah.
weird and
'Cause
not like you.
I was played really well before that. Like
Yeah.
I was 2 seconds ahead of world record after Wild Bay.
Yeah,
And-
that Whale Bay was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but then Part Lagoon, I just lost like 7 seconds. It's like, whoops.
Oops.
That feel when you get a 57 but you still lose 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50
My gold.
yeah.
I mean, my gold is a 47, and
Oh.
so when you get a 56, it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Rest of the tourney is going to be really interesting.
It is.
It's quite
Be
packed.
insane.
Yes.
Sweener versus Nordic.
Nordic. Oh my gosh. Crazy match.
Yeah, and also both of them won 2-1 in their quarters.
Yeah. Sweener was pretty much as close as you could get to getting knocked out without
Oh,
getting
yeah.
knocked out. He was tied with Bandow going into Spaceport, and Bandow missed the out of bounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So Sweener took game 2, and then race 3 was a little bit. Race 3, even though it was like 15 seconds apart, like Bandow got a Dino First route PB with a 24:21 and still lost because Sweener got a 24:06.
Damn.
Yeah. So, it literally took a monster performance for Bandow to not win.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm.
I could have even like PB'd both of these races and still lost too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most of us could have PB'd and still lost.
Yeah.
So, I think that's just about going to wrap it up. Unless, any last words from either players?
GG, Joe. Fun that you joined the tournament.
Yeah, that I joined. It was really nice to race you as well, Giz. I've known you for just about 6 years now, which is pretty whack to say, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think we've faced each other in a tournament before, have we?
I don't think so. I don't
No.
remember at least.
Yeah, so it's very interesting first to get in here. But this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. It was
And
really-
thanks for the commentary.
For sure. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you guys for the race. It's really cool to see two old gods of DKR get out. And thank you to Andy for coming on commentary with me.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting and restreaming the tournament. And thank you to everybody who does all the behind the scenes stuff. And we will see you for either the next bracket match or we'll see you in the semis.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So see you later.
Yeah.
Rolling out.